is the deal really gone? Or that was just a tactic? So we try to gain back the credibility by taking away some of the burden from the actual salesperson.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Agnes Kunkel, your host at Nego.coach, the video show that makes negotiation success easy. Our guest today is Ingegnere Davide Nocentini. To stick a little bit with this visualization you mentioned. So it is important when I do this visualization that I listen to my feelings, my emotions to be more stable, or?
Well, there are many elements during a negotiation which typically took place. If you feel bad about it, in terms of feeling, I don't feel good about what I'm saying, I will show it. I will show it with my body, with my gesture, and this is perceived by the other side. So it's important that when you train about it, you listen to that emotion, because you need to be ready. At least you need to anticipate them, be comfortable for what's coming, so to speak, so you can cope it better. And then when you really stand up and walk away, you are really doing it with a smile.
Yeah.
You handshake, and dear customer, wish you the best.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be with me.
Such a friendly no.
It is exactly that. Remember, we may have different approach. We
Yeah.
may have different scope. But at the end of the day, you are talking to me as a customer because I have something that can help you.
Yeah.
If that's what not, because we are debating and what I'm giving you doesn't solve your problem, that's a bad deal for you. I don't want that. I'm walking away. I'm respecting you. And at the same time, when you are there and you want to pay as low as possible, but if I cannot afford it, with the principle we said at the very beginning, you should respect the fact that I cannot go there. So again, we are just not meant. Wish you the best.
Yeah. And
That's in a nutshell.
and when I'm so strong in my mind, and when I can do this, and when I can get up and do a friendly handshake, friendly no, what happens then? What then?
It's interesting. I can tell that typically after one of the party left the negotiation table, we know, everybody knows that we are asking the question, is the deal really gone? Or that was just a tactic? Well, in fact, we don't know. But what I typically recommend is for the salesperson to follow up. If the salesperson walked away, can follow up a few weeks later and ask, how did it go eventually? That's very important to close the loop with the competitive landscape, as I said at the beginning. But what I can see, Agnes, is that typically by walking away, it really reinforces the credibility of that person. So after a few days, typically we have one of the party reach out to the other one and simply ask to come back to the table, with the difference that this time you are being asked to come back to the table. You already know, and the customer on the other side already knows what the conditions are. So you are in a stronger position, so to speak. Now, I'm not encouraging our audience to, hey, just walk away from every deal, okay? Because that makes you stronger. That's not the message. The message is to walk away to avoid bad deals.
Exactly.
And that's exactly the purpose here. It is really, really important that we stick to our credibility. You will not buy from someone anything if you don't trust that person. Walking away is a way to build that trust and to reinforce it.
Yeah, you are so right. And when for some reason credibility has get hurt, what then?
Well, when the credibility gets hurt, we need to understand the reason as to why. It could be a promise made, which the company cannot follow up. It was made by maybe by sales, and then we can't follow up, that hurts a lot the credibility.
Yeah.
Not much of the company, but mostly for the salesperson.
Mm.
And the other side is really when maybe there is a very high discount which was not approved or something like that.
Yeah.
So we enter into an execution mode, but in fact the company is not on board with that. So when the credibility is hurt, then as a company, typically we need to look at how do we gain it back. And we have really two scenarios. One scenario, it is about, okay, we need to replace the salesperson because we cannot get back. That's extreme, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But the other part is really to step into and build a case around why that credibility was hurt, what didn't work on the company side, and therefore what should have been done differently, and really explain what the challenge are. So, and why the salesperson could have not known that. So we try to gain back the credibility by taking away some of the burden from the actual salesperson and try to approach it as a company. Here, typically, you have management stepping into it.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's really, really tough. I can tell you, it's very, very tough to gain back credibility.
Yeah. And so I understand now better why you're so admired for building teams. When you talk about stepping in and protecting your team and your salesperson, that really touches very much. And I think this is really great advice for our listeners. Thank you for taking your time, and many good deals for you and your team.
Thank you, Agnes. Very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So thank you to our listeners for following our show. Please follow us on our website, Nego.coach, and on LinkedIn. You will soon find new episodes on body language, international negotiation success, great guests like Ingegnere Davide Nocentini, and further tips for large negotiations. In case you have any questions or comments, reach out at hello@Nego.coach. Thank you for being with us and hope to see you soon on Nego.coach. Thank you. Bye-bye.